Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be filming an F87 M2 comp. I believe this one's stock, but I've been wanting to film this particular platform for a while because it's kind of like the new gen E46 M3. Like, it's close to the same size. It's probably has similar handling, it just has a lot more power. So I've always wanted to experience one, so we're gonna film that. So shout out to the homie for agreeing to do this. But yeah, I'm wearing the merch, so if you'd like one, make sure to DM me. They're $30 each, and yeah, they're pretty clean. I'm gonna be making a new design when I hit 15,000 subscribers, so we're gonna have these for a while. But yeah, hit me up. Why don't you introduce yourself and your car to the viewers?
Cool. What's up, guys? My name is Caesar. This is my 2020 M2 competition. I think it's fully spec'd out. It's a comfort package, executive package, and it has a carbon fiber package too, actually. There's not much more. I mean, there's no carbon roof on these, unfortunately. But all I have done is the lowering springs, spacers, and a stud kit conversion from S5X Performance.
Why don't you tell us about why you chose the M2 competition and then like your whole purchase story with it?
Okay, so I chose the M2 specifically just because I came from smaller cars, so owning like a couple 135s. Both I owned one with a DCT M55, and then my other one was 6-speed M54. So I love smaller cars in general. I never really had my eye on the M3 and the M4. So once I saw, like when I was younger, I saw the comp came out and it had the same drivetrain as the M3 and the M4. I was like, why not get something that kind of packs a punch for how small it is? And I just love how thick they are, honestly. Like, they're thick, and the front end is pretty aggressive. And I mean, that's pretty much it. I think funny story is I got this car in December, like super late December, a little bit before New Year's. And the day I came in, I was just coming to test drive it and just check it out. And I ended up leaving that night with the car after negotiating with the dealer for like 12 hours. I stayed for like someone's whole shift. So I ended up getting a good deal. I got it for 53 with 26,000 miles and then fully optioned out. So the funny thing is the dealer lost on it because they didn't know it had the carbon fiber package from the factory, which is more. So I got a good deal. I got it with 26,000 miles. Now it's at 36,000 miles. So I put almost 10,000 miles since late December. And yeah, that's about it. That night I walked out with it with a good deal. They said they were gonna get me new tires on top of that because they didn't want to lower the sale price. Why don't you give us a little bit more detail why you chose the M2 over any other car? Before I chose the M2, I was looking at a C6 Z06. I mean, they're like completely different machines, but I just was considering the fact that like I'm young and I don't have family, or I don't plan on having one anytime soon for sure. So between that and the Z06, just the Z06 is old, and I think even though the price point is like maybe like 15 grand of a difference or whatever, I think it's still worth it because I mean, in a new car you get all the tech, you get the comfort features, all that, which makes it dailyable. Because I was looking at a daily, so even though the car was whatever the price was, well, I mean, it was still a good price, but I think it's worth it because I could daily it comfortably, and I want to actually put a lot of miles on it until I stop driving it as much. The Z06 is cool and all, it's powerful, they handle great, and they're beasts, but I think they were just too old for my liking. I think when you're in a new interior, it kind of just changes your perspective in the cockpit. What do you have in the future planned for the M2? Okay, so in mind, I kind of have like two versions first. So I have a version that I want to do while I'm in school, which is just downpipe and tune, and then probably like some E30 mix. That's what I had on my 135 before. And then probably just some wheels. I was looking at the Rays G029s. This guy, or Kevin, he inspired me, Donut Roids, or yeah, those of you that know him. I love those wheels he had on his M2, so I was like, I want those on mine. So just downpipe tune and wheels, and then probably an exhaust too. So that's like my first version in mind. Second version, after school, once I'm making like a bit more money, I wanted to go full like race car. So I want to gut the interior. I want to change the go AP Racing brake kit in the front so I can run 18s. Probably do some I'm not sure what wheels yet, but that, and then well, carbon GTS hood and full cage, probably some big fat obnoxious wing, and then I just want to go all out, make it like as much of a race car as I can, and just like go hardcore on the track for that. Maybe if I can, maybe do some like global time attack or something like that. I don't know.
Jeez.
I feel like you don't see a lot of these out there like that, so I would want to I like being like an underdog sometimes. So I think it'll be fun, and even though I'm sure it won't be the fastest, it's just I like the car, and then I think that's what matters. Just have fun and put it out there. So that's for later when I make more money.
Why don't you talk about the pros and cons, and then just a little bit of advice for future F87 M2 owners?
Okay, so a couple pros and cons. I don't know. I think a big con for me is like it sucks that we don't get a carbon roof unless it's a CS. But I mean, going around the car, I think it's pretty decent. I think I'm still a little iffy on the tail lights sometimes. At night they look pretty good, but I know they have some GTS tail lights for it, so maybe I'll consider that. And I guess another con is it's only 404 from the factory, so it's like the ugly duckling compared to the M3 and the M4 sometimes. Another, what else? I think I'm just going for cons first.
Yeah. Where are the pros?
I like to criticize first. I think I can't even think of another con. I think looking into it, I don't know, honestly. There's not much to it. I think sometimes it's too small, but again, that's a pro for me because I like small compact cars. So then I guess going into pros is how small the car is. I think that this car and specifically has a really good turn-in ratio for tight corners, which helps because I think compared to M3 and M4, which are a little bit bigger, the turn-in isn't as great. Obviously, depending on how you have it set up, from car to car, it just varies. Obviously, the turn-in isn't going to be as good as like a fully built F80. But another pro, I think, I don't know. Honestly, I like the car.
Damn, does this guy even like them too?
Like
I'm just kidding. Damn, he just got some.
Okay, in my opinion, personally, maybe not much people would agree, but I think this front end is more aggressive than the M3 and M4. Me personally, I don't know. Let's see what everyone else thinks, but that's just me, honestly. And I guess a con, but a pro because I like black. Is just the con is black too. It's black paint. It always looks dirty. And I don't know, honestly. I think the car just works so well together. Me personally, again, like I've had some manual cars, but I think the DCT fits this car perfectly. So yeah, I think another con, which I think I have more cons than pros, is the flexibility you have with tire sizes. Because I think in the rear, the most you could comfortably go is 295. Correct me if I'm wrong. And in the front, I'm not even sure. I think 265. Maybe you could fit 275. I'm not entirely sure. And that goes to another con too, is you can't fit 18s if you have the competition brakes, unfortunately. So there goes the considering the AP Racing brake kit if you do want to buy an M2 and you want to run 18s. That's about it. I mean, I like this car, so that's the pro.
All right, so what about some advice you'd give to future or potential F87 M2 owners? Like, what would you say?
Okay, I think first thing that comes into play is definitely the space, because this car, I mean, like as you see, there's like no space. I think you have to have no legs to fit in the back, basically. That's something you got to consider. I think that's like the main thing you got to consider is just space in this car, because it's pretty small. And yeah, I think you just, other than that, I think just consider if you want a DCT or manual. I'm not sure what the price range is depending on it. I think they're about the same. I think DCT is a little more expensive. The other thing you have to look at is your production date has to be before June 2020, I think. So I got 2020. This thing was made in 2019, so I'm lucky. If you have 2021, sometimes you cut it a bit close. Because tuning wise you have to get like a full like ECU unlock or whatever. It's like a couple grand or whatever. You don't want to do all that.
I have been looking for an F87 M2 to film on the channel for a while. The first one I was going to film, he actually sold the car, so obviously I can't film that one. But this one's really clean. It's the M2 comp, like he was saying, so it's the S55 motor. As we can see in the front, it still has the infamous brake dust. Most BMWs have that. But looking at the front end more, I do think it looks really aggressive, like he said. If I compare it to the F80, I don't know which one I like more between the F80 M3 and the F87 M2, but I do like the aggressiveness of the M2. Coming over to the side, the interior is obviously pretty nice. The F8X platform, they really bumped up the interior like look and quality over the E chassis, but I still love my E90, don't get that twisted. But yeah, and also the comp wheels on the M2 are really nice. I do like them a lot. It's very open, has a lot of spokes. The spoiler, the carbon spoiler, looks really good on this rear end, and the carbon, it accentuates the car pretty well, especially when it's a black car, because it's more subtle, and I do like subtlety usually in cars, so I like that. But we're just gonna get like a quick exhaust startup and like some revs. That sounds pretty good, man, I'm not gonna lie. But let's get the ride along. It's my first time in an F87 M2. What is this?
It's all the family group chats,
bro. He got hella notifications.
Ladies, one at a time. Let's get it.
Oh my god.
Sleep on the S55s. Smell all that rubber, man. Jeez. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here ASAP. Jesus.
Bro, look behind us.
Oh my gosh, this guy. Alright, get us out of here.
To end off the video, I kind of want him to talk about his like review of the car so far, since he's had it for almost 5 months. So yeah, why don't you give a little bit about like what you think about the car so far?
So this car, I like it. I think driving it more and more, it's like it packs a punch for what it is, I guess.
Yeah,
it's pretty snappy. I think the M3s and the M4s, they feel very planted. This one feels a little more, I don't know, it's kind of rowdy, but in a good way. It makes it fun. So then you can see like the tire pressure went up to like 40. It was like at 35 before it did that. But other than that, I think driving this car more and more, I love it every day because it's just perfect for me. You know, no kids and
yeah,
nothing anytime soon. And I think I actually like the car more than when I first bought it, which is funny because when I first bought it, I was like, oh man, like I think I was looking at other things, other cars. I'm like, oh, should I have gotten this car, whatever car. I was looking at a C63 and W205. But I mean, when you take consideration of capabilities, this car and the S55 platform, the whole everything, they're super capable right out the box. So
I think it's rad. Oh, it's great.
I think yeah, I think just owning this car for so much, putting so many miles on it in 3 months with just, you know, oil changes and with whatever other maintenance I need, there's no issue. So these cars could take the beating for sure, and I think that's another thing that a lot of people would like, because right now I'm dailying it and putting on as many miles as I can, and I've had no issues at all, luckily. So it's not, let's pray on that.
So that's gonna conclude the M2 video. Hopefully you enjoyed. He's gonna take it to the track and we'll see how it does. So the homie Kevin, or as you guys know him, KP, he's hosting a meet and greet at Novara today. So I'm gonna go head over there. We're actually gonna head over together. So yeah, I'm just gonna film a bit so you can see, you know, what goes on, the behind the scenes, and just what kind of cars come out. It should be fun.
How'd you buy a fucking Civic, bro?
Hey man, come on, bro. Hey,
bro.
this the owner right here. He cloning his own car. This clean.
It's actually dirty, bro.
Dirty but clean. Okay.
I need to clean the seats.
Flexed on me. I wasn't gonna film, but Jalen started making me film. So what the fuck? Damn, these boys is wild. Why did the birds fucking molest this cars, man? Got the Whipple C6. I think this is custom because it's Z51 body, so Smurf ZL1. What the?
Oh, that sounds like shit.
What, bro's trying to launch out here? Where's Kevin's famous ass? So Kevin made me drive the Colon in because yeah man, he didn't like my salvage title being here, so I had to whip the Colon in. But he's over there having interviews and shit. SVJ, Kevin's SVJ, Huracan, Austin's SVJ. Now this is what I'm trying to get next, man. Okay, new rally decal. Yeah, man, this is me up next, bro. I'm up next, boys.
Up next, bro.
Come on. I'm up next. Don't sleep on me. Yes, sir. Yo, this is crazy. This is my whip, boys. 7,000 miles. Oh wait, no, that's not 7,000, it's 11,000. Anyways, yeah, I just bought this R8. The boys congratulated me.
First off, I want to say thank you to everyone who came out here today. It was a pleasure to meet a lot of you guys. I'm also very proud to hear a lot of your stories. And I just want to say thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you all. We're going to go on a drive. It's going to be a nice, fun drive.